Good day, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our program, Marriage and Family. Family is a sanctuary, a place where we find peace and happiness. But behind closed doors, there are stories and emotions that are not always easy to share. There are questions and concerns about intimacy in married life, topics that may seem private, yet profoundly affect the connection and harmony within a relationship. Today, we invite you to open a new door, stepping into a space of openness and sincerity to explore the topic of intimate matters. We believe that when we have the courage to face these issues and share our thoughts, we will find answers, gain understanding, and build a more fulfilling marriage together. Join us as we listen to your stories, your questions, and receive valuable advice from leading experts in psychology and sexual health. And now, let's connect with a viewer who is waiting on the line. Hello, sir. Can you hear us clearly?
Hello, good evening to the show. Yes, I can hear you well.
All right, please go ahead and share your story with us.
I have something very difficult to say. A few weeks ago, during a business trip, I got drunk and had oral sex with a woman. She was a sex worker. At that moment, I didn't think much of it. But after returning home, I became terrified. I searched online. Some say the risk is low, but others say it's still possible. I keep thinking about HIV, then syphilis, gonorrhea. I've been so worried. I can't eat, can't sleep, and I'm afraid to be close to my wife and children. Please, expert, give me some advice. What should I do now?
Thank you for bravely sharing such a personal story. I understand the anxiety and the guilt you are feeling. First, I want you to take a deep breath and calm yourself. Sometimes, fear can be more harmful than the actual risk, because it directly affects your mental health and the quality of your life. Now, let's look at this issue scientifically and objectively. About HIV transmission. Studies show the risk of HIV transmission through oral sex is very low. Almost negligible. The virus struggles to survive in saliva. The risk only rises if either person has open sores, ulcers, or bleeding gums. About other infections. Oral sex can still transmit other infections like gonorrhea, syphilis, herpes, or certain strains of HPV. But if you have no symptoms, you can still undergo testing to remove this fear. What you should do, the most important thing, is not to punish yourself, but to take action. Seek medical care. Go to a reputable clinic or hospital. Get a full STI test. Be honest with your doctor, so they can recommend the right tests, blood test, urine test, or a swab sample. This will give you precise results and help you move past the fear. Consider psychological support. Guilt and anxiety can lead to depression. If fear continues, speak to a mental health professional who can listen and guide you through your emotions. Remember, this is a hard but valuable lesson. Facing the problem and taking action is the only way to find peace of mind and rebuild a healthy life. Don't let a single moment of poor judgment destroy your present and your future.
And now, we will listen to a story from a viewer who is waiting on the line. Hello, ma'am. Would you be willing to share your story with us?
Yes, hello to the show. I am 40 years old. We've been married for more than 15 years. My husband, he is still very healthy and has a strong need for intimacy. But me, I feel the opposite. For about 2 years now, I no longer feel any desire for it. In fact, I even feel scared every time he wants to be close. I'm afraid to say no, afraid he will be hurt, but I simply cannot force myself. This has made both of us very tense. I really want to ask the expert, am I sick? And what should I do to save our relationship?
Thank you for trusting us and sharing such a delicate issue. Please be reassured, what you are going through is very common, especially for women at this age. Losing interest in intimacy does not mean that something is wrong with you. It can be a sign of changes, both physical and emotional. Biological changes. At the age of 40, a woman's body begins to experience hormonal changes. Estrogen levels start to decline. This can reduce desire and cause dryness, sometimes even pain, during intimacy. Stress, lack of sleep, and life pressures also play a huge role in lowering interest. Psychological pressure. After many years of marriage, love can shift into a calmer, less passionate state. Work stress, children, finances, all add to the burden. The fear of disappointing your husband makes you feel even more pressured, creating a cycle that is hard to break. My advice to you: have an open conversation with your husband. Choose a private, comfortable time to talk about your feelings. Share your worries and explain what you're experiencing. He may be surprised, but honesty is the key to finding solutions together. Take care of your health. Visit a gynecologist for a full checkup. Ask about hormonal balance and possible treatments for dryness. At the same time, take care of yourself. Get enough rest, exercise, and enjoy activities that release stress. Change your approach to intimacy. Closeness is not only physical. You can watch a movie together, take a short trip, or simply hold each other on the sofa. Rebuild romance with small moments of connection. As emotional closeness grows, desire often returns naturally. Final note: remember, intimacy should come from comfort and willingness of both partners. Don't put pressure on yourself. Talk openly and work on it together. You are not alone, and this can be improved.
And now, we'll connect with a viewer who is waiting on the line. Hello, ma'am. Would you be willing to share your story with us?
Yes, hello to the show. I'd like to remain anonymous. I'm almost 40, married, with 2 children. My husband is a very good man. He loves his family and takes care of us. Our life, you could say, is stable and peaceful. But, a year ago, I met another man. He is also married. Between us, there is a deep resonance and understanding that I don't find with my husband. These feelings kept growing, and we haven't been able to let go. I know what I'm doing is wrong, but I cannot seem to end it. I feel guilty toward my husband and my children, yet I don't want to leave that man either. I'm exhausted, as if I'm being torn apart. Please, expert, tell me, what should I do?
Thank you for bravely sharing such a real and vulnerable story. What you're facing is also the quiet struggle of many people in modern life. You are standing in front of a very difficult choice, and this inner conflict is wearing you down day by day. The first important step is to ask yourself, what are you truly seeking from this other man? It's very possible he brings you feelings and fills spaces that a busy marriage has inadvertently left unattended, perhaps romance, understanding, or the freedom to be fully yourself. This does not mean your husband is not a good man. It may mean your marriage has settled into a safe, steady orbit that has lost some freshness. My guidance now is not to tell you whom to leave or whom to choose, but to encourage you to face yourself and make a clear, decisive choice. See it plainly: you cannot live forever in this tug of war. A double life will drain your spirit. If this comes to light, your husband, the other man, and especially your children, could be deeply hurt. You need to ask yourself, what do I truly want? Can I live without him? Can I rebuild my marriage? Give yourself a quiet interval. Step back from both relationships for a time. Be alone with your thoughts and listen closely to what you feel and what you truly need for your life. Between love and responsibility, which one weighs more for you?
Hello, good evening to the show. I would like to ask about something that worries me. I'm 63 years old, my health is generally fine. But, after a recent hospital stay, I noticed something unusual. My wife and I still have intimacy, but there is no semen when I reach climax. I'm worried, could this affect my health? And, is there a way to treat it?
Thank you for your question, sir. We will definitely ask our expert to explain. Could you tell us how often you and your wife are intimate?
About once a week, or once every 10 days.
That's quite regular. And how long has this been happening?
Just recently.
Do you have any chronic conditions?
Yes, I have prostate issues and high blood pressure. I take medication daily for my blood pressure.
And your prostate? How has that been treated?
I had surgery. It's been 3 months now.
So this began a little while after surgery?
Yes, we abstained for 2 months, then discovered it right away.
A delicate question. Even though there is no semen, do you and your wife still experience climax?
Yes, we both do. It's just, there is no fluid. I worry about my own health, but also whether my wife feels unsatisfied.
How thoughtful of you. May I ask, how old is your wife?
She's 61.
That's wonderful. The two of you, still enjoying closeness, at this level, is something to be celebrated. Once a week, is just right, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Good evening, sir. First, I truly admire the affection and harmony between you and your wife. At this stage of life, to maintain such connection is precious indeed. Let's look at the reason behind your concern.